Congratulations, Erica. Hello folks, Lauren again with the Pavement Ends channel, and wouldn't you know it, it's another camp out video, and it's kind of the same situation as last week. Just suddenly decided I could go, and right after I finished doing my chores and work for the day, and it is again 4:39 p.m. So we got to beat the daylight. The one advantage we have this week over last week is that there's about, probably about 6 or 7 more minutes of lasting daylight than we had last week. Not much, but we'll take it. We'll work with it. Once again, this is super local, and there's a little bit of a breeze going today. It's a little more windy up top, I can tell. So I've got a place in mind that's in the same vicinity, but I'm hoping it'll be just a little bit more sheltered. So the campmobile's been sitting all week. I haven't been driving it that much, unless it's to go camping or overlanding. And I got in, and the smoke from last week's campfire is still kind of lingering in here. So, it's just great. Just great. It's better than having a pine tree in here, I'll tell you that. Kind of a cool mist in the air right now. And once again, just like that, we are arriving at our turnoff. In my last video, I said this was DNR land. It stands for the Washington Department of Natural Resources. And one of the nice things about the logging, of course, is the timber products that are useful for us to build our homes and whatnot. Makes the public lands accessible. Looks like we got a pretty nice sunset off in the distance. We're not going to be able to see the full, true scope of it. There's mountains in the way. I know it's another week with Christmas lights, but just wasn't ready to take them down, and I think I'm ready to take them down after this trip. So fret not, I'm not going to be one of those people that leaves their lights up all year. And just like that, we're at our destination. It is now 4:57 p.m. Well, that didn't take long to get here. It's a beautiful night, and I don't know if you can see or not, but we got some low trees here, and it's helping hold the breeze down. Now I can see Mount Baker up through there. It's a filtered view, what realtors call a filtered view. That's because it's through the trees. So this is a great little spot. Feels like we're somewhat sheltered, but it's not so sheltered that you feel closed in. Somebody left some firewood up here, so it might come in handy. It looks like it's soaking wet, but we can maybe dry it out. Speaking of firewood, brought dry firewood again. And of course the first priority is build that campfire. Well, we got this fire going pretty good. I think it's time to start dinner. Well, okay, folks, it's another simple dinner. Part of being out camping is the cooking. I mean, you got to have something good to eat out here. Sometimes it's real simple, like hot dogs. I know at least one of my audience members, that sounds like a revolting idea, but sometimes when you're out camping, that's the way it is. Tonight is stir fry. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm purging my emergency supplies because some of it's, let's see, this is due to expire March of 2023. So I'll be getting some new stuff. So it's time to get this rotated out of stock. And all we're getting here is white chunky chicken breast from Swanson. So yeah, this isn't top grade chicken, I'm sure. But I think I want to brown a little bit. What I'm doing off camera is just pouring the water out. Let's hope those bears are staying in hibernation. So I'm going to brown the meat a little bit first, if it'll brown. Why not throw a little bacon in there? Why not? I'm just using some stir-fried vegetables from Costco. Nothing gourmet about it here. So I actually don't have any soy sauce or anything like that with me. So salt, pepper, I like pepper. Just lemon squeeze juice here. Didn't put garlic in there, so I'm going to use a lot of garlic powder. A couple pinches of my onion powder. And that is mushroom powder. And to give it a little life, some red pepper flakes. Alright, well this stir fry's done already. I like to cook mine just a little longer and brown everything a little bit. Ooh. Ooh, we're giving off some steam here. Of course I made enough to feed 3 people. Well, that's the stir fry. Looks kind of like a mess there, but it looks awful good. So time to sit by the fire and chow down. For you folks worried about my not so heart healthy eating, this one's for you. Well, I won't turn this into another video about me sitting here eating. So I'm going to back off with the cameras, eat dinner, enjoy the fire, and I'll be back in just a little while. So I want to thank the person who gave me this. You know who you are. Obviously it isn't really useful as a work light as much as it is to provide the campsite with lots of ambiance. And it provides a nice soft glow so that I can walk around the immediate area without tripping over stuff. So it's a nice little fireside friend. Thank you very much. Well, this has been a great fire. So now that dinner's done, the cleanup is done, things are put away, it's time to just sit here and enjoy the fire and enjoy the stars. It's just a gorgeous night. So we're going to celebrate it a little bit with a root beer. Cheers, everybody. Well, folks, as usual, I'm going to turn the cameras off, sit by the fire for a little while, maybe read my book, enjoy my nice cold root beer, and I'll catch you guys a little later. Well, folks, it's going on about 11 o'clock at night, and I'm tucked into my little bed here, and I'm quite comfortable. It's definitely freezing out there. I've got the windows down a bit because I like to have a lot of fresh air, but this does get a little chilly in the nights. So, being the big softy that I am, of course, I've got my electric blanket on low. Had it on high earlier to just get the thing warmed up. In case you guys are interested, this is the view from my bed. This is a phone, also a phone charging thing. And sometimes I can lay here at night and watch a video or something like that. Now, the clock stays up here. It's kind of rooted down. That's a battery charger. That's when the vehicle's at home and it's plugged in. It keeps the actual car battery charged up. Controller for the electric blanket, of course, which is right here. I keep calling it a blanket, but it's really a throw. So I'm going to turn off the lights and drift off to sleep, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, folks. It was a great night last night. Slept real well, and things were relatively quiet. There's some logging going on off in the distance. So they made a little noise early this morning, but I was kind of waking up anyway. I'm going to set up the little burner and have some coffee, and I'm also going to make a little breakfast. I'm not going to get out the big production today. Well, folks, it is a beautiful morning. It doesn't matter if it's clouds, rain, whatever. It's always a beautiful morning when you're out here camping in the great outdoors on the back roads. Just can't be beat. Just can't beat it. So in keeping with the theme here of using up my soon-to-expire emergency supplies, I'm going to get into this can of sliced potatoes. Well, that wasn't too bright of me. For some reason, I forgot why I don't cook on that drawer very often. When it splatters all over the foot of my bed. So I forgot to protect it. Well, this ham is showing an expiration date November 22, so it's still okay. Okay, warm everything back up. Well, it's shout out time again, and I'm going to name names. Thank you to my niece, Erica. Made some apricot jam being tested out here in the field. So we'll see how it holds up. And just a jam spreading tip for folks who might not know. Homemade jam is not meant to be scraped on in a thin film like you would do from those little packets at Denny's. Homemade jam is meant to be slathered on and built up in a nice thick layer. From what I've had of that preview, Congratulations, Erica. That jam does fall into the category of wonderful. I have no business eating dessert first. Well, folks, that was a short, simple, easy piece of camping, and I don't have any complaints whatsoever. It was just beautiful. As always, thanks for coming along, and I hope to see you guys again out on the back roads.